What's up, guys? This is Brompton from Wilmette. I guess today I'm supposed to talk about my first concert experience. So I remember when I was like 9 or 10. I remember driving to St. Louis with my mom and a couple other family members. We're all from Chicago, but we drove down to St. Louis, and I remember they were surprising us, and like all the adults were surprising us and taking us to see the Backstreet Boys. I don't know why we drove all the way to St. Louis, but I would assume that the tour didn't stop here or something. But yeah, I remember like finding out like when we got there, it was like this huge surprise thing. It was like super cool. I was super pumped, and so like we get into the stadium, we get to our seats. It's like super packed. Everybody's in there. And like everybody's just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then all of a sudden like the lights just shut off, like all the lights shut off, and then just like instrumental music starts playing, and it just like the vibe just gets so hyped, and then like all of a sudden like the light show starts going off and stuff like that, and there's like crazy like pyro and like CO2 cannons and stuff like that, and then like all of a sudden like all five of the dudes just like come down from the ceiling, like in the rafters in the ceiling, on like hoverboards suspended in like on wires, like wearing this like battle armor costume type thing. And I just remember just like losing my shit. Like it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. Honestly, it was still pretty cool. Like thinking about it now, it's pretty cool. So like that was just an experience, and they played like a 2 hour long set, and like I feel like this is probably around like Millennium, that album, and so they played like stuff off the first record and then that record, and I feel like they had to have played everything because it was a super long set, but I vividly remember like the visuals of the show. And like I feel like it was just such an immersive experience. Like that's what made it super special. And then like on top of that, the fact that it was a surprise, like it was just like this super cool, crazy thing. But that was just like from like an audience perspective, it was like a super cool experience. But like one thing I do want to talk about real quick is like the first concert that ever made me want to play music. I remember like specifically, I think it was like 2006, and it was a super stacked tour. It was like Silverstein, The Devil Wears Prada, It Dies Today, Aiden, if anybody remembers them, and The Stick Up, and like it was just like this tour was like super stacked. It was like mid-October. I remember I had like just gotten my driver's license like probably like a year before, so like I started going to like shows on my own, just like with my friends and stuff. And I just remember like being like super into like every band on the bill, and like really being excited to see the Devil Wears Prada because like their first record had just come out. It was like Dear Love, and like being like super ready and just like waiting like in the pit. And I just remember like they start playing, and then like they're going through the set and everything is crazy, and then they play Texas is South, and like that song is just balls to the wall like the whole time. And I remember like there's this one point in the song actually, where Andy, their bassist, like takes off his bass and he just like throws it straight up in the air and spins around, and like catches it, just keeps playing like nothing happened. And I just remember being like, holy shit, this is the coolest dude I ever fucking seen on stage ever. And just like this dude is so cool, and just wanting to do that. And then like Silverstein played pretty much all of Discovering the Waterfront because it had just come out, and like I just remember being like, this is what I want to do with my life. Like this is like so, it would be so cool to do this as your job and to do this all the time. And like I just like vividly remember like that is the moment, the exact moment where I decided like I want to pursue like music. I'd already been playing guitar for like a year or so, but like not seriously, just kind of like learning like random covers and stuff like that. But I remember like going home and like it was like a school night, and I remember like going home and like just playing guitar for like hours after that show, and like being completely wrecked the next day when I had to get up and go to like high school. And like I just like remember that being like the pivotal moment in my life where like I knew that I wanted to play music. And so it was just kind of like a really special thing that like it's never left me. I don't think it will ever leave me. Like that's something that I'll probably remember for the rest of my life. And here I am now playing music. You can't really play music right now because of COVID, but you know, we're dropping records and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for checking it out.